Welcome. I'm out and I'm on what I would class as a bit of an adventure, and it's been over a year since I've been on a proper adventure where I know where I'm going but don't quite know what it is I'm going to encounter on the way, apart from knowing that I've got a lot of hills or a hill to climb, I've got water, a river to cross, a stream to cross, some rocks to scramble down. So in my eyes that's an adventure, but I'm not out alone. I'm out with this dude. We never met before. So we're out with Darren Morehouse, isn't it? Yep. Morehouse. You know me and names and places and all that sort of thing. I'm not very good at remembering them, but I remembered that one. And he's got one of them faces that you can remember. He actually looks like his profile picture. Because I was saying to him earlier on, it's strange, people turn up and say hello and I haven't got a clue who you are. So yeah, it's all good. We're heading up. I'm not going to film the journey up because I'm seriously going to be panting and it's not a good sight. So I'll see you when I've got something to photograph, or I've got something to video. And oh, we got jets. They're gone. We had jets and they're gone. So yeah, I'll see you when I'm a bit further up and I can talk. Reaching the quarry, and has any of you guessed, excuse the way I'm talking because I'm out of breath, have any of you guessed where we are yet? I'm sure some of the people who do the popular walks would know. As we're coming up to a quarry, we left the quarry shop and the cafe behind us. We got some amazing views back down that way, so I'm sure you must know where we're heading. I've never been there before, and I've come close a couple of times, so I'm really looking forward to this evening. And the sky's looking promising for some nice colours, or at least some light rays or something. So we'll see when we get to the top, and I can actually breathe properly, because I'm not kidding you, I'm whacked. My legs are burning, my heart's pumping. I'm surprised you can't hear my heart pumping on the microphone as it's on my chest. I'm proper out of it, so unfit. I am absolutely goosed. I think we're at the top now, to the top to where we need to be. The view behind is absolutely amazing. I love the slate. You know me, I like slate quarries. I do love this slate. I just absolutely love that view. But here, I'm going to spin you around, is a cracking little shot waiting to be taken. Look at that. A little red tin shed, or red tin it is, isn't it? Wriggly tin. That's going to make an absolutely stunning shot the way it's buried into that big pile of slack, whatever it's called, the waste. So I'm going to get a shot of that. I'm going to use this as a bit of a lead in to take you across. I like the side light causing a shadow on it. I just think that will really stand out as a minimal shot, just really nice on its own. So that's going to be the first shot. Once I caught my breath and I can hold my camera still. But look at this is where we're heading, that way. And if you haven't guessed yet, why haven't you? Oh, I'm looking forward to this, I really am. Once I can catch my breath and I can stop sweating, I'll be all right. So I've got sweaty bits where I didn't even realise I could get sweaty bits at the moment. I've got my down jacket on, I could really do with stripping it off, but I'm not going to, because I know as soon as I do I'm going to get cold. That little red tin building, which is now over my shoulder, is absolutely amazing. It really does make a fantastic photo, and I might even be able to get one from back here as well, just slightly side on, and it's looking all alone in that big mound of gravel and grit. It looks really good, and it's quite nice being out with someone new as well, where, you know, trying to having different conversations and talking about different things, which is quite nice. So I'm looking forward to this evening. It's probably going to be sunset before we go back down, so it's going to get a bit darker walking back down, but it's not a problem. And tomorrow morning I'm going to have a very early start, so that one's going to be well worth watching out for as well. Just need to make sure now I'm following the correct track, because we might need to go around the side of the quarry. I'm just having a look over this side to see if the path actually does lead me round to where I need to go to, and if it does, we'll carry on. If it doesn't, well, is there a path over that way? I think I might just take that randomly and just head that way over into the hills. So we are making our way down through the quarry area and stuff like that, and look at this for a nice little pretty walk through that we've got to go through, down in between this little slate wall, which is quite nice. We are doing a little bit of downwards now, so it's quite nice being able to get my lungs back into breathability, and I can actually breathe and talk and walk, which is quite nice. And I think this is Dubs Bothy, I think this one is. This is where we are now, so that's giving it away roughly to where we're going, isn't it? If you know where Dubs Bothy is, you know what the next one is that we're looking for. So very pretty. I think that's another one that you can rent or stop in. It's got glass and windows in it. I don't know if it's a freebie one, but we're going to go and have a nose anyway, because a lot of these are put around the countryside, so you can actually spend some time in them when you're out walking and hiking. And I think I'd like to promise you, in a certain extent, that we'll come and do that one night. I think we'll come down and we'll attempt to have a night in one, because that will be a fun experience, and I'm sure I can bring Denise with me and maybe a couple of other people to share the experience. So let's have a quick nose and see what we've got here. Yeah, this is Dubs Hut, which is a bothy. Right, let's go and have a little nose. Blah blah blah. Make sure you read all on the door. Nose. Oh, how cool is this? How cool is this? That's excellent. Well, I think this is definitely one of those places where we need to bring, I think we need an LVA meet in here. What do you say? What do you reckon, Darren?
I'd say so, yeah.
He says that's a good idea. I think this is a definite plan. This year, over June and July, let's arrange to meet up here. Let's come up and have a meeting either at Dubs Hut or at the next one we're going to, which I've still not given you the name of yet, because I think it would be a brilliant experience. Well impressed. There's a first aid kit and everything, so it just goes to show it's really well thought out. You know, people really do pay attention. Yeah, there's all sorts. They've even left a tin of beans just in case, or a tin of stew if you really get desperate. And some deodorant. Bit of deodorant, not dropping any hints or anything. Yeah, this would be brilliant. Right, LVA meeting here. Message in a comment if you want to come and stay with us. Just step back a little bit from the bothy now. No, not you step back, I've just stepped back. He nearly jumped off the cliff there. No, I stepped back from the bothy a little bit. We just decided we needed a shot of this. I think it's one that needs taking a shot of. I think it looks really cool. This is not the iconic one that everyone comes to shoot, but it definitely looks really cool in its landscape. Absolutely phenomenal. And inside, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to actually having a meeting there, or at least at the next one. And I think the reason the next one's more popular for photography is the backdrop changes slightly and it becomes an awful lot better, I think. So, but this takes some beating, to be honest. Right, I'm going to get a shot. I think I'm going to do, I'll just hear the camera going off on the left here. I think he's doing a panoramic, so he's sort of taking the words out of my mouth. It's a race between who can get the shot first, between me and him. We're both seeing exactly the same thing and wanting the same shots, which is really quite cool. Right, I'm going to get the camera out. We've got some of these moody clouds. There's no light on it, but the light that's here is really quite moody and atmospheric. It looks really good. And we could get dumped on later on. That'd be really fun, wouldn't it? So I'm shooting is what I class as shotgun mode. Basically, my camera's on my hip and I just keep pulling the camera out of my bag and taking pictures. I also class this as the amateur style because this is what I used to do years ago when I used to just walk around with a camera, put it over my shoulder, walk around, take a picture, walk around a little bit further, take another picture, walk around, and just keep taking pictures. But today, it feels right. I think because my tripod's on my back, my bag's tucked in and I'm walking and stuff like that, I don't want to keep getting the tripod out. I want to leave that till later on when I'm sat on a rock just taking it all in. And this Bothy now, look at it. Look at this behind. It just sits into the landscape so nicely. So I just had to get the camera back out and take another shot. So that's what I've been doing. So you're going to see a few photographs as I'm walking around, as I'm walking down. Purely because that's what I feel like doing. You don't have to use a tripod all the time. And I think that's the point. Sometimes you get carried away with thinking that's the best thing to do, have the tripod out. And yes, it probably is the best thing to do, but it's not always the easiest. It's not always the most fun. And like me, I use a tripod to slow me down, and it does slow me down. But today, with being my first experience of coming up here, my first experience of seeing that Bothy, I just want to take a few photographs without having to stop and wait too long. So I'm just using shotgun, out the hip, take the photographs, back in the bag, and away we go. And I'm quite happy to do that today. And I will mention as well, I'm shooting on my kit range. That's probably a good way of calling it, isn't it? Kit range. I've got my 18 to 55, I think it is, which is basically the kit lens for the Fuji. And I've also got my wide angle, my 10 to 24, that goes everywhere. But I've also got the 50-200. I've taken the heavier lenses off purely because I knew I was walking and I didn't want to have anything too heavy to walk with. So I've taken the heavier lenses off and I put my cheaper, lighter ones in. And I'm sure they're working fine. I expect someone to tell me if they can see the quality difference, but we've now got to go down here. I'm going to show you where we're going to go. We've got to go down, if you can see this, the wind's getting up and it is getting chilly, but we've got to go down now, as far as I know, and we've got to cross that river down there and head up over that pathway and over the back. So I'll see you when I get down to the river. And I will mention I've got my sealskin socks just in case I've got to go through the river. He's on about stepping stones. There's no stepping stones. We knew we had to cross this river and it says you can use the stepping stones, but if it's been raining then it's expecting it to be a bit deeper. Well, I'm not kidding you, it's bloody deep, look at it. But we can make our way across this, we can get across here, I'm sure we can.
I think we can get across here.
Yeah, we can do it. And if you do it holding the camera live, you feel really brave. Let me just show you what we're stepping across so you've got an idea of what this is like. Look at it. I'm just going to tilt the camera down. This is not a stream. That's about 3 foot deep. Still, let's make our way across here. Onto the stones, onto the stones. It's, in all fairness, the stepping stones were designed. This is the one where I slipped, the one that goes backwards. The stepping stones are almost designed to get across, so I don't see it being a problem. So we're across that bit. We've got two of us vlogging at the same time, so we're both talking to the cameras. It's really weird. He's going backwards then off the rocks. Look, so he's vlogging me, vlogging you, vlogging him, vlogging me. How weird is that? Yeah, that's a cool little river, that. Let's just hope it's not too deep on the way back in the dark. Now, can you tell where we're going? That down there is Bottomere. Yeah, that one's Bottomere Lake, or Bottomere, whatever you want to call it. So, you should know where I'm heading to now. I'm heading to the Warnscale Bothy, and I've wanted to do this for years and years and years. I wanted to do it for a long time, and me and Denise got very close once. The heavens opened, I came up from Bottomere End, we turned back and went back down. It got quite wet that day. Oh, it's got a bit windy all of a sudden. I'm sure you can hear it on the mic. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and today's the day. whatever happens, whatever the weather turns into from here on in, I'm doing it. So we've come past the first one and we're just looking for the other one. We've got a route just in case we need the route, but we're kind of winging it as well, which is more fun. Who needs to get there first time and be told how to get there? But this is the second stream we have to cross. So once we'll cross this stream, it's only around the corner, I think, and the classic view will be there right in front of us. Oh, step back. Oh, sorry, step in the water. I've got my boots on. It's easier than stepping on the rocks. Oh, so excited to get this done now. But look at these mountains. Look at this. Look at these mountains. Isn't it just fantastic? I don't care that I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm out of breath. Oh, I really don't care. Look at the view in front of us now. Look. Look at that. How amazing is that? Oh my God. I'm gonna have to get the camera out for a quick snap of that. It's just, I'm so pleased to be out in the hills. This is fantastic. Like I said, I don't care how out of breath I am. The Bothy's got to be here somewhere. It really has. I think it's just over this ridge. We've got to go up this path, over the ridge, and I think it's somewhere in these hills, just here somewhere. So we have just had a bit of a scramble, and we are close now. Darren spotted the chimney, which is just round that corner, just there. So we've got to make our way around this path, and we're actually going downhill now, and then it's going to be across this bit of scree stuff somewhere around there, and then it's just round this corner. So that's where we're going. So we've had to come down from up there. So we've made our way down, so we've got to make our way back up there before we go back tonight, which is going to be fun. But I'm excited, and it's all about the excitement and the fun of doing this, as well as the photography. This is the bit that I've missed. This is the bit that gets me down a little bit sometimes when I see some photographers out and about and taking really nice photographs. It's not the fact that they've got a better photo or a nice photo, and Darren's one of these people on Facebook that's always popping up a really good photograph and really upsetting me, thinking, why can't I get out there? But he lives in a different part of the country, so he gets different opportunities. And that's the same with all of us. We've all got different opportunities on our doorstep. And this is one of those things where it is the experience. I can see the chimney. I can see the chimney. We can see it. That's doing you around. I'm going to show you. We got it. It's just, where's my finger? You got this little lump of rocks. It's just there. There's the chimney there. So we've still got a way to go to get to it. It's still got to make our way all the way. Oh, I've got to be careful. Got to make our way around that bit down there to get down there. But how fantastic. Wouldn't this be a nice little spot here to have a bit of a wild camp? So what do you reckon about this LVA meetup then, yeah? Who's keen? Have you got any names down yet? Quite looking forward to this. Darren's just told me to be careful on these rocks, and I can see why, because they've got a slippery sheen to them and they're a bit damp, so we'll test these other boots out I'm wearing. Right, I'm just going to put the camera down just to make sure I don't slip forward with it in my hand. As you can see, we've made it. This is the toilet area. This is the smash your head open area. Oh dear, oh, I've got a tripod stuck. I've definitely got a tripod stuck. Sorry about the camera then. I'm going to struggle getting in this door as well. I've got a very high tripod and a very small back. I can't get in. I'm stuck. I'm in. Oh wow. Yeah, seems like someone's been in here recently. Wow, this is a little bit different to the other one. We've got a little view coming through the window. We've got fairy lights. We've got a kettle and everything, so if you really are unstuck. Oh, it's fantastic. Look at that for a view out the window. Isn't that just amazing? This one's a lot different to the other one. This is a very small Bothy and very dark, but it's really cool. Again, happy to have a meeting here. I'm just going to flip the camera around so you can see me trying to get me big bag and my belly and my big tripod that's sticking out my head through this tiny little hole. Oh, I'm through. I'm through. I wanted to do this for a long time. This is really cool. So I'm just going to find this classic position now, and I'm going to get myself a drink out. I'll probably bash the top of my tripod to pieces. Yeah, get the classic-y shot position. Oh, the light's fantastic behind. Look at the light now, just down in the hills and the valleys, all the way down into bottom here. And you got, I'm not sure what the first one's. Second one's Bottomere, isn't it?
Well, first one's Bottomere.
First one's Bottomere.
Second one's
Crummock Water. So we've got Bottomere and then Crummock Water. If I zoom in, you could probably see them a bit better for you. There we go. So we've got Bottomere there. So your Bottomere tree will be on the far bank, I think it is, on that far bank. And then you've got Crummock Water up the top there. And if you're going to do the tree, you need to park in the little village over on that side over there. But yeah, I'm really pleased I'm here. The light in this valley is looking fantastic. And it's time to grab the camera out of the bag and take a few shots. Then we'll get the tripod out, sit down, and we'll just soak it all up. You can see the way it blends into the mountains as well. This is why you can't see it from down below. Look at the way that it blends into the background. Yes. We made it! This is it. This is the position I wanted to be in. This is the classic shot. There are tripod holes all over this bank. Problem is you can't see them though, it's all covered in slate. I'm actually having to sit down. It's nice to actually just sit my bum down now and just soak it up and take it all in. And there's a few different angles. You can shoot over from the left, shoot over from the right, shoot straight down. So this isn't going to be a one shot picture. There's going to be a couple, and the light's changing all the time as well. If I can show you what's going on with the light's sort of just drifting across the hills here and drifting down there, and occasionally it's down there in the valley. At the moment it's right down there in the background, all the way down there, right down that far distance. So the light's changing all the time, and I want to try and get light in different places. And as the sun comes down from up high here to a lower position over there, this should get a nice warmer tone to it. So hopefully it should turn into something quite nice. But this is definitely the classic shot. I'm going to fill my boots and get plenty of shots here because it's the first time I've been here, and I'm really pleased I've made it. And it's nice to actually do it with someone else as well. And Darren's got a time lapse running, so as I say, he's doing a video as well. So I'm not sure when his video will come out. We're going to try and link them roughly together because mine are always about 4 or 5 weeks behind. So I might have to pull this one out of the bag a little bit sooner, and I'll link it to his video in the comments and description below. And yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this now, take it all in. Have me little snack bars, drink some water, just sit down and think about the climb back up the hill before we walk back to the car. Because tomorrow morning we're starting 3:30ish in the morning, maybe ish, something like that. So it's going to be a short night and an early morning. Right, I'm just going to take it all in, and I'll see you when the light changes. I'm going to put up a couple of photographs for you, maybe a little bit of B-roll. And yeah, I might even pinch his time lapse off here. So I've just been eating this. Apparently it's 100% worth of protein. It's a bacon jerky. Now, I know I've got a few American followers, especially Des. Des, what do you make of this? Bacon jerky lark. I've got some beef jerky in the car as well. I've never had it before, but the bacon one's quite nice actually. It tastes like bacon. It's a bit chewy, but I suppose that's the whole point of it. But at the end of the day, it's protein. It's a way of getting good protein in you without carrying a whole handful of stuff with you. But yeah, it's all right. It's gone now anyway, so I'm not going to complain. So I've got myself a perch. I've got the camera on a tripod. Look at this. It's can't get much more of a view than that, can you? Camera, tripod, Bothy, water, mountains, sky, sunlight. That's about everything. And I'm going to burp. Oh, excuse me. How totally rude am I? The light's making its way across the hills. So what I'm doing is I'm taking shots as I go along, or as it changes. So I'm going to do a little bit of time blending, which is basically where I paint in different parts of the image that I think looks better with the light rather than without the light. So at the moment we've got light up here on the right hand side, up on the top of the fells, on the top of the hills. Right over in the distance we've got light, right down in the far distance we've got some light on that little tiny pinnacle of a hill. We've got light down here in the valley on the trees on the left as well, so we'll take one of that. And it's just where the light and the clouds moving in, you know, in between the sun and that, and just blocking it out in different places. But it's quite nice to have the light in different areas. So what I do is I'll just blend in different parts of the image in Photoshop, overstep the layers so that each image is laid on top of each other, and just put a mask on and blend back the bits that I want. There's another nice piece of light down here on the right hand side again on the valley. So let's just show you what I'm talking about. As you can see here, so let me just zoom in for you. We've got a little bit of light down there. We're also following this light up on the top right hand side on the fells there and there. Down here in the bottom you get a little bit of light down here on the trees. So it's just watching light in different places. We just had the light up on this top end and up around the Bothy just now. So if I get this part with some light on it, and I'll put some shadow in the middle and then some light down here in the distance, it basically gives you like a 3D image. So you're looking at the light as it goes back through the image rather than just having all the light in one area or no light in any areas. So that's the plan. Again, we're just going to sit here. We've got a couple of hours easy for a lower light in the sky, but we've got nowhere to go, nothing else to do other than just sit and try and make up a different composition. I don't think there is no particular one best composition. The only thing I have found by bringing out my 18 to 55 is that extra 2 mil, because I've normally got the 16 on lately. That extra 2 mil, I found I've come to sit myself down and I'm not quite wide enough, so I've actually put my 10 to 24 on, and I bet I'm not far off a 16 mil. I'm at 14, so there you go. I'm just slightly wider than I would normally be. So at 14, the Bothy's looking a little bit smaller in the frame rather than being too big and then filling the frame too much. So I think it works. I've got a strip of sky, but the real problem with the sky is it's that bright compared to the shadows in the foreground that it's got to be bracketed. We've got to balance the exposure somehow. I don't want to put grads on, or don't carry grads anymore. But the grads would eat into the top of the mountains and the hillside. There's some lovely dappled light now right through the valley, so I'm gonna have some of that. That's another shot. Not changing any settings or anything, just leaving the camera as it is and just shooting it as it happens. I'm at f11 and I'm focused on the Bothy. At f11 the background's fine, should be fine, and if it does drop out of focus right in the far distance, I really don't care, because even my eyes drop out of focus at some point, normally about here when I can't see anything from there on. But yeah, no, it's really good. Got a little tiny dapple of light right in the bottom of the field. It's just watching the light drifting across the hills. And if I was to actually shut up, I could probably enjoy the peace and quiet as well. I don't always know whether I'm brave or just bloody stupid. I wasn't quite sure about my composition from back over there where my bag is, and I've just slid my arse over on this slate, this slag heap, and I'm not going to lie, it's a bit sketchy. The rock I'm actually sitting on is quite stable, but I just put my hand on one of the other rocks and it moved, and I thought, well, there's not a lot that's going to stop it from sliding down. Now okay, it's only going to slide down to the Bothy, but we don't want to be smashing the Bothy to pieces, and we don't want to be losing my camera in the process. Now Darren's playing with his drone, so I'm going to get my drone out and show you a little bit of drone footage, because that might take your mind off of what I'm doing at the moment. But look at where I am. This is just stupid, but not totally stupid and unsafe, because I've got someone with me. But I'm being really careful where I'm putting my feet and what I'm putting my feet on. But I wanted to come across this side because I'm doing the same thing. I'm still light painting the image, because the light's still changing, you know, it's in different positions. But I've come over this side because, let me just spin you around and I'll show you. The reason being is, now I've got the Bothy on the left hand side of the image with the hills with the light on the right hand side. So I'm sort of looking that way rather than that way, and I'm not so sure whether I like the Bothy where it is, but I definitely like the light on the hills on this side. So that's what I've done, but I've had to climb over all this sort of stuff, and you can see my tripod sort of dug in the loose bit when my feet just slid forward a little bit. And yeah, I've got all this behind me here, as you can see, that I don't particularly want sliding down on my head. And I've just come across that little patch there, so I'm going to go back to the safety side, because I don't think it would be a good idea to sit here all night. And to be honest, I'm going to get a non-bomb sat in this one position and can't move, so I'm going to take another shot of the light again, because the light's right down on the edge of the lake now and lighting up the side of the lake, so that should be quite nice. I could just do one more. I think the sky's going blue, so I'm going to wait for that light to come all the way up and get a complete situation with the light all the way over everything. Then I'll make my way back over onto safe land again, and I'm going to get my drone out and have a play. So enjoy a bit of couple of photographs from here and a little bit of drone footage, and yeah, I'm definitely going to see you when it gets a bit better later on. Definitely. This could be part 2 as well. I could be doing a 2-part video. I explained about doing light painting, and I think this would be a good opportunity with such a big vista in front of me to explain how I paste these images together, how I blend them in. So you may be seeing this in a part 2. This could be part 2, or you could still be on part 1, but one or the other. This is going to end up a 2-part video, so I try and explain how I paint them together as well for you. If not, I'll do a separate video altogether later painting this image. Just depends when I get back what I feel like. So what seems a lifetime for me seems only a few seconds for you. I couldn't get my drone up. I've changed my phone a couple of days ago. I've gone from a Samsung S10 to a Samsung S21, and I can't get it to connect to the app. It might be the fact that my leads aren't quite right, and I've tried 3 different leads that I've got in my bag, but I haven't got the actual original GoPro one, drone one, sorry. So yeah, I've scuttled a little bit, and not a lot I can do about that. I'm still taking pictures of the Bothy. The lights come down a little bit lower now, and it's casting some nice longer shadows. The light's definitely a lot nicer and a lot I was going to say warmer, but softer. It's a bit softer, and it's got a bit of a haze, a light haze up in the top left hand corner, which I'm hoping I'm going to be able to turn into a bit of a light ray. Now, I've also been down inside the Bothy. I took my phone down and I took the camera down for a walk, and I quite like the image from between halfway where I am now on the Bothy. I get a little bit closer to the Bothy, I open the camera up to 10mm, but it compresses the middle of the image slightly, and I think I prefer that better. But Darren wants to stick to the shot he's got at the moment, so we're going to wait for the light to go down to go soft and to get evening light. We're going to take the images from here, and then we're going to move down sort of 20-30 foot, so we're a little bit closer, open up the lens to about 10mm, and shoot a wider shot, because I actually quite like it. Darren's just walking around at the moment taking a few shots, and like I say, I've been inside the Bothy. I've took a couple of the shots. I took a couple on my phone as well. I tried to get one through the window and tried to get one of the whole vista inside on a wide angle. So if the ones on the camera don't work quite so well, I'll put my phone shots up, because the camera on this phone is absolutely fantastic. It really is. So again, it's just waiting. We're just sitting here, we're waiting. It's gone cooler. I've got my gloves on. I've had a drink and a bit of a snack bar. So yeah, it's just a waiting game now, which I'm not very good at. I'm getting bored with sitting and waiting. But yeah, it's looking really promising for a nice evening. And in all fairness, the weather was given rubbish this weekend, but just look at what's going on behind you. Look at all this. It's gorgeous. The sun's up there gleaming out. We've got clouds and we've got blue skies, and you've got light and sunshine around. It's just absolutely fantastic. So you can't really complain on that, can you? You can see the cameras there with the nice little sun rays coming out behind it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice to be out and not have to worry about the weather, even though I didn't mind having a bit of rain. Still, let's see what happens later on. You never know, it might turn, but it's not looking like it's gonna. We've been joined. We've got company on these them eels. We've got this chap here. Well, you won't be able to see him because you know this Osmo, it follows me. You can't see anything that's behind me. We've got this chap here. Forgotten their names.
You're right, I'm Mark.
That's Mark, and we've got Steve behind us. behind me head up there somewhere. Face recognition, can't move the camera. Oh, it's looking on him now. Yeah, we've been joined, both photographers, and we've been waiting to get this lovely sunset. So we're all waiting for a sunset, and the clouds have gone. You know me, I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to try and flip you around. See this in front of here? We had all these nice clouds earlier on. It's now turned to a blue sky. So we are waiting for the sun to set. The sun's going to set over the top of that hill there at about 9:30. So it's going to be a dark walk back, that's for sure, and probably a cold one as well. But yeah, we're not going to get that beautiful sky, but we are going to get a sunset. So we're still going to stay in here anyway. You never know what's going to happen. Might be some miracle that clouds come over the top of our head, but bit disappointing really, considering we've been given a really rough weekend and now we've got a gorgeously sunny sky. But still, we're out, we're talking, we're putting the world to rights as we do. So yeah, I'll catch up with you when the sun goes down. Right, so the panoramic's done. I've now flipped over onto horizontal, and I'm going to take one more shot in a horizontal, and this one's going to be cropped to a 2x1, I would have thought. And it is just about getting that lake, crummet water, and the different, I'm just going to move it across slightly, and the different layers from the mountains in the background with a softer evening light on them. That's it, that's that one done. So next time I speak to you it'll be sunstar time, and then my battery will be flat. We've got a cloud! While I was doing that panoramic and that long shot, Steve piped up from behind, we've got a cloud. I looked up, there's a cloud above our head. So, all is not lost. The only thing is, the light is getting snubbed out a little bit. We've got some haze right over in the distance. Not that I can see it anymore, because I keep staring at the sun, which is a really stupid thing to do. Especially when you're an adult. You normally do it when you're a kid, don't you? But all I can see is red now. I'm just trying to get a sun star at the moment as well, and I think it's lost its prowess a little bit, if that's the word. I'm getting a slight sun star, but I think because it's diffused, it's not quite sharp enough. But I did get one before, without the cloud in it. So I'll show you the shot what I got with the sun star. I think it looks quite nice. But in recent days, I've been taking lots with sun stars and forgetting to take a normal one without. And sometimes a normal one normally works better than the sun star. So I'm back on my normal lens now, and we're just waiting for it to drop a little bit lower, and hopefully that cloud will just get a little bit of evening light left on it if it doesn't completely disappear. But there are a few clouds in the sky, which is way better than we had sort of half an hour ago, that's for sure. So all is not lost. Let's see what happens from here. 4 hours. 4 hours I've sat here. 4 hours, in fact, waiting for this sunset. And now there's cloud over there in the distance that's snubbing the light out. Can you Adam and Eve it? Still enjoyed my day, still enjoyed my afternoon. It's been good meeting these two guys as well, having a bit of a chat and slagging off Nikon. Wherever Steve's gone. Poor lad, he's just getting his photography, he's got a Nikon, I better not rip into him, have I? Yeah, it's been nice, it's been really good. It's been great seeing these bothies, like I mentioned earlier on about doing an LVA meetup up at the Dubs Bothy. I reckon that'd be pretty cool. We've not got no cloud in the sky as such. That one that was above our head sort of dissipating a bit. There's a little bit above my head this side, but not enough that's going to catch any light, because any light that's going to happen is going to happen over in the distance. There are some very faint far off clouds which might give a little bit of a glow in the back of the image, but I think it's very muted up here in the foreground. There's a slight hint of colour on the slate that I can maybe just paint out slightly, but yeah, it's sort of the Bothy's blending in a bit. I think we've had the best of the light earlier on though. I think we were pretty lucky having all those clouds and stuff, so it's not been an all loss. And I think that pano that I shot when the light was coming across the side, I think that was going to be quite nice as well. So yeah, I don't think it's been too bad a day. Not looking forward to the morning. I just found out we're leaving at 3 in the morning, which means I've got to get up about 2:30 and make a quick brew. So I'm looking forward to my half an hour's kip tonight. That's going to be fantastic. But I am looking forward to going up there and watching the sunrise and then probably getting wet in the storm. But yeah, this has been nice. Probably won't wait around now. We'll probably make our way back down because we've got an early morning. I know you're supposed to wait for the afterglow, but there's nothing for the afterglow to actually catch. So any soft light that we are going to get, it's not going to be effective enough to do anything, I don't think, for what I want. And now the light's gone down, I can see some more water over there in the distance. So I don't know if that's water or sea or what that is. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to say goodbye, say thanks for watching. Please don't forget, like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up. You know, it's really important. It does help the old algorithms on the channel. And yeah, I'll see you bright and early in the morning. And don't expect me to talk much when I first get up, because there won't be a lot of that going on. And we are walking straight up the hill, straight out the van, straight up the hill, so it's going to be hard work. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Hope you learned a little bit about time blending. And yeah, till next time. Ciao for now. Say bye. 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 They are saying bye, even though you can't see them. Ciao for now.